We are back. The Scouse therapy sessions continue. 3 Scousers are in the building. Feels like I haven't seen this for a lifetime, but it's only been fucking a week. For me, it's been a nice week, boys. Well, not a nice week. I've been like fucking suffering with some skin fucking thing. But Mo, as always, how are we?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I've been chilling as well. It's been a nice little break from the football, but I am getting a little bit bored now. Do you want to watch the football again, but yeah? I've been good, lad.
Yeah. No, mate, I agree. Massively agree. Look, shout out to Slots Baldy Ed is in the building.
Yes, mate.
Ross is in the house.
Yes,
and then he's talking about Pokemon. He's
Rick Ross.
setting me up on Pokemon on my phone, lads. I can't turn the fucking thing up. Smashing it through the gyms, lads, but stuck in some cave. Adam, how are we? In the lorry as always.
Yeah, back in the wagon, boys. Got me Amsterdam lights on today. Looks a bit... oh, aye.
Set the mood.
What's going on here? You better make sure when you come off, the fucking camera's off.
Like that, hey, shush.
The mood,
over there.
Yeah, all good anyway. I just can't wait for the footy, lad, this week. So I made up with doing the pod today.
It's certainly the game, boys, to get us excited, isn't it? You know, if we haven't had a game for a little bit, off a dross week, as we know. This break's probably done all the players good. It looks like it has done a certain few of them good. They've all had like successful, international games. And let's be honest, this is the game I look for first and foremost on the Liverpool fixtures, Man United at Anfield. I also love the Old Trafford one. That's a belter game in the away end with the boys. You know what I mean? It's seriously one that goes off every time. I fucking love the away one. But look, Mo, the break was needed. I feel a bit refreshed. We've had a good chat about it. We done it, as I say, we had our show, didn't we? And then we done the Anfield Index one. Shout out to the boys over there. And also, if you haven't already, smash a like and subscribe to our channel. And obviously, cuts inside as well in Mo's name, as you can see. But Mo, Man United at the weekend is probably the game that will get anyone excited who supports Liverpool, isn't it?
If you can't get up for the United game, player or fan, then why do you follow the club or play for the club? Or genuinely, I think it's probably the perfect game to come back to. And it helps that it's at Anfield as well. A home match against our fiercest rivals that we absolutely despise, who are pretty shit. After like a very bad week. And like obviously after the international break, I think it's just a perfect match to come back to. And we just need to win this match. If we could humble them and like just batter them like we normally do, great. But I'll just take a 1-0 victory right now. A sweaty 1-0 that we scored in the 15th minute. I don't care. As long as we win, like generally that's all I need. So I'm so looking forward to this match. I look forward, as you just said, the United matches and I would say Everton matches are the ones that I look out for when the fixture lists come out, always. Because they're our biggest rivals. And it's always a good time when you get to beat the Manx.
Absolutely. Adam, obviously, I'm not going to go too much in depth on the Man United game because this show we wanted to do, look to the people who are watching. If you haven't already, make sure you do smash a like and subscribe. We've got some shows coming for you this week. If Mo's free, you can come and join us on them. But ultimately, this one in particular is obviously how the Reds stop conceding goals. What's Slot's best back for? Injuries seem to have cropped up slightly from what we can understand, whether it's minors or whatever. I'm sure we'll go in depth on it shortly. But just before we do, how are you feeling this week? Because I'm now bored now. I've enjoyed my time off.
Yeah, I'm a bit like Mo there. I'm just happy it's United. So, because I'm expecting a performance. I know Mo's saying like, just want to win. Yeah, of course, I do just want to win. But I want to see a performance, and United is the game that every player has to get up for. Even the new players, they've got to get up for it because I think all the fans are going to be up for it. Because I think there's going to be a bit of frustration in the ground of like, come on, boys, let's fucking do something. So I'm expecting a belted atmosphere, to be honest, as well. 4 kickoff as well, innit? So
tasty.
That's a tasty one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm pretty confident, but yeah, let's just see what happens, innit?
Yeah, look, I think it's possibly the best game it could have been, Mo, really. You know, look, we've done our show, as I said, we've done 2 shows together last week. One obviously was with Adam.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great chat on the basis of what we were talking about and what we thought Liverpool were getting up to, but I think it came at the right time, the international break. But I just want to go into some things, right? And it fucking disappointed me slightly because obviously Liverpool's second in the league, 1 point behind Arsenal. the 5 point being cleared, that's what is still sticking in my head. I hope it's the same for the Liverpool players. Because if I had anything to say to them, I'd be fucking saying to them, that shit's not good enough. You're better than that. 1 point behind them after 5 points cleared. 6 point swing's not a great thing. But one thing about this show, which what I'm going to say now links into, is that Liverpool conceded 9 goals in the first few games. 9 goals in the first few games, that's the most in the top 6. And for Liverpool, that's not a the title winner playing like that, let's be honest. And it surprised me. Arsenal have conceded 3 more. This is something that will have, regardless of forwards, you've got to start from the back at least, haven't you? You've got to make sure it's tight. And, we spoke about it the other day, Mo, didn't we? When if you're going to be sitting off after scoring a couple of goals, at least be tight.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned that last week as well. That's the most frustrating part of the season so far, because when Slot came in, he tightened up that defence and he made sure that we weren't leaking too many goals. Because the season before, Klopp's last season, we seemed to go 1-0 down all the time. Like literally, we was 1-0 down before the game even kicked off. And then Slot came in and he sorted that out. At least the first 2-3 months of last season, we just didn't look like we was conceding. I don't have the stats on the top of my head, but I will bet that we didn't concede our 9th goal until about November or maybe December. And you're telling me already 7 games in, we've conceded 9. No chance can you be winning leagues or anything with that kind of defensive record if that continues throughout the season. Our counterparts, Arsenal, have only conceded 3. Now, that is solid.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. Like, that means that they're going to be a very hard team to score against. And if they grab a 1-goal win, they're more than happy with that. And especially with that set-piece glitch that they have, where they seem to score from every set-piece, which I'm not knocking, by the way, because I wish Liverpool could do the same, because it frustrates the life out of me how bad we are at set-pieces. We might score 1 in every 20 games, not even 20 quarters, 20 games. So it's definitely something that needs to be fixed. I mean, there might be some reasons as to why there's problems. I guess both last season we had a stable back four of Trent, Virgil, Konate, and Robbo.
This is a big thing, Mo.
Yeah, and they all played with each other. They understand each other, so they already have that connection. This season, we've got a new lad at left back, and then we've got a right back that changes every 5 minutes. So there's no consistency there. There's no chemistry there. And so then it can be kind of understandable that we are conceding a lot of goals. Oh, and to add, Alisson's injured now as well, so you've got a brand new goalkeeper. So that's 3 of the back 5 that's changed. So the quicker that they get this sorted, the better. I'm hoping for a clean sheet this weekend as well, just to boost their confidence.
Yeah, I think Mo covered it up really well, Adam. When I read that, it disappointed me, and I thought, fucking hell, I'd love to just fucking strangle a few of the lads and say, sort your heads out. Especially when you know at the calibre of look, Konate, for instance, when he's good, he's amazing. When he's shit, he's woeful. But we also, for me, the best centre-half the fucking league's ever seen in Virgil van Dijk. We're letting him down, because I know he's not been the culprit for all the fucking goals, do you know what I mean? I think, the whole fucking back line, including the keeper. I know Alisson's been amazing just before he got injured. And I'm actually looking forward to actually seeing Mamardashvili getting this run out now, because I think he's top keeper. Some of the saves he's done against Chelsea and, in the fucking, brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, this is not Liverpool quality conceding 9 goals so early, Adam. On the basis of this, we'll concede fucking hundreds of goals, lad.
No, that's it. When you look at it like that, I didn't even know that stat, lad. And when you look at it like that, it's a little bit, dare to say, it's a bit Brendan Rodgers style, isn't it?
3 times more than Arsenal already is fucking shocking, lad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not the best. Perspective that we've played better sides, I will say that. But also, if you're going for the title, then you need to be keeping obviously less goals than that. That's not good enough. And it comes down to just Konate. Just decision making, not playing well, out of form. The 2 right backs have been injured and then they've come back in, and they can't get up to speed. Szoboszlai playing right back. It's all swappy changey, like you said. Like we haven't got a settled back 4. I don't know if you used like at the start of the season, because this is the big question. I think a lot of people are saying of should we have bedded in the new signings at the start of the season? Was used pro. Let's play Frimpong and Kerkez, or we use like Jurgen Klopp of let's bed them in. Ben, what was you, lad?
I wanted
Because
to
me personally, I was go straight in and let's
I was go straight in as well, personally, just because football had a terrible season last year in patches.
Yeah.
And I thought, Simicast for me is fucking dog water. Do you know what I mean? He's dog shit. And I think his loan is because he's going to come back, to be honest, lads. I think he's going to come back with the backup for fucking Kirkers, to be honest. However, no, I did like the thought of them all, getting straight in, especially the back ones. Trent coming in. I've never been the biggest of fans for Conor Bradley, I think, because the problem with Conor Bradley and me, he's in and out too much for me, because he plays a couple of games, he gets injured, so it's hard. I know, he's in many ways like Canate, when he has a stinker, he stands out. When he's great, he also stands out. You see him when he was like against Real Madrid and shit, you know what I mean? And he fucking destroyed Mbappe with that tackle. Yeah. But I mean, now's not the time for sentimental shit. And I was happy to see a bit of freshness coming to the side. It's been a long time since we'd seen a lot of change as well. Do you know what I mean? The last big sort of change was the midfield one in Klopp's last season. So we've had the fucking fair weight. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I was happy to see it. Let's be honest, lads. I think they both... I don't see the problem with the Frimpong stuff. I think he's been all right. I don't think the injury helped. But let's make no mistake about it. Kirkis was the best left back in the league last year. I know there's a couple of good ones in there. Robinson, Aït-Nouri and shit like that. But he was brilliant. But where I'm getting frustrated with us is at the minute is we're not playing to the strengths. You can't be fucking inverting with the likes of Kirkis and shit like that. You've just seen him in. He's the man of the match for fucking Hungary. Hungary, fucking hell. They've frazzled me head that much, do you know what I mean? But on the basis of your question, I was happy for them to start.
What was you, Mo?
I mean, for me, in the summer, when we signed the two, I'll be honest, I wanted Bradley to start because I was so confused by Frimpong, by that signing. Kirkes, with Kirkes, I wasn't, Ben knows already, but I wasn't like the biggest fan of his signing either, but I wanted Kirkes to just come straight in because I thought Robbo was just past it. Genuinely, I just didn't think he could run anymore. So I thought at least Kirkes will bomb up and down that left-hand side. But obviously he's not doing that, and it's even more concerning and confusing. The way I wanted to go into the season is maybe bleeding Frimpong, and maybe that's what he's doing right now. But I've also never been a big fan of Bradley's, as Ben mentioned. He's inconsistent in terms of game time. He'll play a few games, then he's injured. And then when he comes back in, it always takes him ages to get back up to speed. And then by the time he does get back into speed, he gets injured again. He's just very frustrating. But from what I have seen of Bradley, I think he's much better offensively than he is defensively. Defensively, I think he's very similar to Kirkes in terms of being very too touch tight and very rash and aggressive. And I despise that in a defender. I hate a defender, left back, full back, anywhere, centre back, that is like aggressive, which is rash. I don't like those kind of defenders. I like someone who's calm, who can stay on their feet, who can read the game. I prefer that much more than someone who can just, instead of flying into tackles. So I've got big concerns with our full-back areas. I've had these concerns since last season, even with Kirkes. I thought, let me give this the benefit of the doubt, because obviously using the PFA team of the year last year, but I can't lie to you, lads, every time I watched them for Bournemouth, I was like, this guy's nuts. Like, he's crazy. Like, he's like a Duracell battery. You'll see him, he'll start at left back, he'll end up at right wing, and then he'll be at striker position, left wing, he'll be everywhere. And cool, it worked for him. The guy just doesn't stop running, and he obviously played well for Bournemouth. But then I looked at Bournemouth this season, and the new guy that they've got in, I think, is Trufair or something.
Something like that.
He's doing the exact same thing as Kirkes last year. It's the way Bournemouth play.
That's it, Mo. Is that just the modern fullback where fans now have been so we've been used to watching Robertson, who's been absolutely brilliant, and then we've got someone maybe who actually is very different when people thought he was quite similar. Is that the modern fullback that people just can't get their head around? And Frimpong.
I think even, to be honest, the likelihood of replacing a peak Robertson and Trent is just near impossible.
At the same time as well, Mo.
At the same time, it's just it's impossible. So whoever comes in, even if they can do 50% of what Robbo and Trent done, they've had an amazing career. Not just for Liverpool, but an amazing football career, because that's how good those two were.
But this is where I want to go into. I don't know, I'll come to you first. One of the topics that I want to discuss is, what is... everyone fit, right? You know, and obviously, I can say Leone fit as well. Who is Slot's best back four? Because I think, do you know, when you look around the team, there's not many defensive-minded players in our team. I understand the talk with Kirk. For me, I was happy to see a bit of a rash player go in there because I always felt we were a bit too nice at times. So I like the fact he's game. Do you know what I mean? But I just don't think we played to his strengths. I think he needs to be let off the lead a little bit more. Certainly, he's quality going forward as well. And like you think, I think now football, unless you're Arsenal, football is so attack-minded now, isn't it? Let's be real about it. However, who would you say is his best back four?
I would say the signings that we've bought are the best fullbacks for it. Because I have to be honest, I thought Robertson had maybe a 6 out of 7, and I'm being quite nice, last season. Yeah. And I was ready for change. I honestly was ready for change, and I was like, yeah, that's great, he can be the backup. So when Kirk's come in, I was excited because I wanted to see. I thought we were going to go back to Klopp's where we had flying fullbacks. But then that's my question of Kirk isn't playing that. He's going into a back three. So the lad's getting criticised by a lot of fans, but he's getting used to a different system. A different system that he played at Bournemouth as well, where he's asking to defend a lot than his actual strengths of getting forward, crossing the ball. He's got a wand of a left foot.
Yeah.
So me personally, I would have went Frimpong and Kirkers, and I thought that's what Klopp was thinking anyway when he did that at Charity Shield, Community Shield. He went for both of them. He went. Did I say Slot? Sorry, lad. Fucking Slot, Klopp. They're all the fucking same. So I thought he was going for that. For the back four was Frimpong, Kanate, Virgil, and Kirkers, and I was happy with that. I generally was happy with it because I think at the end of the day, Frimpong, everyone can say he's not a right back, but I reckon if you named maybe 5 right backs, he would have been in your right back in the summer. Of maybe would have been maybe top 5. You'd name top 5, you would then Frimpong was maybe 4 or 5 that to replace Trent. And I think Kirkes the same for Robertson. So for me, it is Frimpong, Kirkes, and the 2 centre halves. Kanate and Virgil, when they get it right, they get it right.
Well, and they were unbelievable at times last year. Them two, weren't they?
They were brilliant. They were really good. So that's for me our back four, but we just haven't got it on the fucking pitch, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it was something that we had issues with even under Klopp mode, didn't we? Getting the best team on the pitch at all times. The issues back then with the injuries. I think the problem that we have this year is the manager's just not kept it settled for a bit. It's like he's just wanting to give everyone a run out. Do you know what I mean? A little tester. So I'm gathering you the preferred Bradley. You think Bradley? Who would you have? Who is your best back?
I genuinely don't rate either of them. Steve Finnan. Bring Steve Finnan back. At least he's reliable.
He's already back next time.
Bring him back. Nah, but genuinely, I honestly don't care if it's Bradley or Frimpong because they're both just
similar.
They're both okay. Do you know what I mean? Neither of them are. None of us can sit here and say Frimpong's a lot better than Bradley.
I reckon I could. That's what I was going to say. I reckon. What do you think? What strengths would you say Frimpong's got over Bradley then, or the opposite?
The thing is, maybe it's a little bit more biased from my side because I haven't seen that much of Frimpong playing right back for us.
Yeah.
And I've seen a little bit more of Bradley.
Just pretend they've watched them for fucking.
Exactly. No, you're right.
I haven't seen them. I've seen them a few times here and there for Bayer Leverkusen, but I'm not gonna act like I sat down to watch Frimpong. I went to just watch the match. You know what I mean? The match, like, do you know when people say, "Oh, I watched them ages ago"? They don't. They're not focusing on one single player. They're watching a match. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And okay, if he stands out, he stands out. But with Frimpong, obviously he's going to bring a lot more pace instead of Bradley. A lot more pace. But I just don't know. Maybe it's the devil I know better than the devil I don't know in this situation. So either way, I don't care who it is. If it's Bradley or Kirkes. Yeah. I mean, sorry, what am I talking about? Bradley or Frimpong. Left back Kirkes. I think even though I don't rate him as highly as probably other people do. I still think he's much better than Robertson. Robertson's just so far gone, like he's past it, and I feel really bad about that. So it would be, for me, the back four would be Kirkez, Virgil, Konate, and then 50-50. Pick one. Flip a coin. Heads or tails.
Honestly, they're not bad players. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a bit unsure with Conor Bradley because he's a bit inconsistent for me. I felt like before the injury with Frimpong, I felt like he was starting to get in his groove a touch. The Galatasaray one, Mo, is where probably people are getting a bit like, fucking hell, do you know? And the Palace didn't help him coming in at Palace. Do you know what I mean?
Palace is bad.
I don't understand it. You know, it didn't work, did it? Do you know what I mean? It was a silly substitution.
No. That was his first game back from injury as well. Though, you know, it really was.
Fair enough.
So, really, the game he should have been playing was a home game if he could have. But unfortunately, we've been on the road, haven't we, for a few games.
Yeah. That was the week of hell. Literally, those 3 away games.
That was the start of the hell.
That was hell, you know.
London, Turkey, and London. They haven't even trained together early, Mo.
They probably haven't even seen their families or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a mental, horrible week.
Yeah, and that's what Klopp used to go on about, isn't it? He used to always talk about how fucking ridiculously compact these fucking weeks are for football.
But the thing is, hasn't it always been like that since like the dawn of day? Like when I was a kid, I can remember there being the Champions League game midweek and then the Premier League game on the weekend. Like,
we just had it fall with an awkward one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Playing away games, like, let's be honest, that Chelsea game ideally could have been. We really needed the home game just to set us up before the international week.
Yeah. Or at least let it be on a Sunday. At least. Small changes.
Yeah.
But I do think we've got there's great balance at the back. It's just when they're all fit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think they're a centre-half short. We'll go into it shortly in more detail. But ultimately, we've come out of it. There's still a few games to go. I think there's one more game tomorrow, is it? I think Mac is playing. I think he's supposed to be playing, yeah.
Oh, okay, no.
Great. Fucking great.
Do you not, on the Mac one, Mo, I know you've been vocal on it. Do you not think he needs to play through the fucking form, though?
Ooh, that's a good point, to be honest. Maybe he does need to play through the form, but...
You know, he always starts slow.
100%.
And the more he plays, the quality comes up. Let's be honest, for me, he is the best midfielder at the club when he's on.
Easily, he's the best midfielder. Yeah. Easily, he's our best midfielder when he's on full form. Maybe play through whatever he's going through right now, and hopefully we get the best form of McAllister ASAP because we need him. I just don't know. I don't know who they're playing tomorrow, Argentina, but I'm just gonna guess it's at like 2 a.m. at some
shithead team.
Some shithead team on the top of a mountain with low altitude on the top of a mountain, something crazy like that. And then
Puerto Rico away. There you go.
It's like. Is it a friendly or a qualifier?
International friendly.
Lad, see, what's the point? Genuinely, there's no need for him to be playing. That's what I mean. And then he has to fly back from South America all the way to England. He's going to be jet lagged and everything. It's just like, I don't know.
That's 4 a.m. As I'm in Dubai at the minute, but that's 4 a.m. So it's obviously 1 a.m. for you. What a fucking horrible time for him to be playing in the morning.
Horrible. He's got to have the craziest jet lag. And back in the day when Klopp was here, he used to always rest the South American lads. Like Firmino never used to play, Fabinho never used to play, Alisson they always used to get, well, Alisson maybe, because, keeper. But like Fabinho, Firmino, any other South American lads, he used to rest them and then bleed them into the team, maybe play them in the midweek game. And I'm just hoping Slot does the same with McAllister. And then after that, I agree with you, Ben. I think just play him back into form because when he is on top form, undoubtedly he's the glue. He's the reason why we tick. He's the reason why we play good football. He's the steel in that midfield, even though he's only small. He's brilliant. He gets stuck in. Like he doesn't miss any 50-50s in that. He'll get stuck in. He links the play really well. He passes the ball really well. He's fantastic. So maybe play him into that form.
Player, isn't he? That's how I look at McAllister. If you take him out, this is what I mean. We won't go too much in on the United game, but when we start talking about it, thinking form players, he's probably not on it. But he's probably going to have to play.
Yeah, it's one of them.
You know what I mean? He's going to have to play, lad.
Yeah, because he's like, without doubt, if you're thinking about our first team, he's one of the first names on the team sheets. If everyone's fully fit, it's him. It's guaranteed him and Gravenberch. But like, in my opinion, like right now, obviously everyone knows he's been awful and he's been playing really badly.
You probably admit that as well, Mo. To be honest, he's that type of player.
Yeah, he comes across as like an honest type of player. Yeah. I think he'll be honest and say the same thing. But in the squad, when I look at the squad, the person with the closest characteristics or playing styles to him, for me, in my opinion, is Curtis Jones. Even though he's nowhere near as good as him, he's still got similar characteristics. So if McAllister can't play, Curtis Jones has to come in. That's my opinion. But I doubt Klopp will. Klopp, I didn't know.
It's spreading. It's spreading.
It's similar in it, but yeah, I doubt Slot will do it. So we'll see.
But do you know what, Adam? This is the problem with internationals, and it's a shame for all the clubs, isn't it? You know, similar for Arsenal, similar for Liverpool. The majority of our players will play 90% of all the minutes.
Yeah.
And obviously we've had the little news. Gravenberch came off. Konate came off. Got sent home, actually, Konate, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I won't go too much on the forwards. We'll save that for the other show.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not ideal. And then, you know, James Pearce today is saying that, you know, the club could be starting to look at, you know, he meant to put them down. Robbo could be getting minutes at the back in centre half. Enzo and Gravenberch. It's not what you want to hear, is it? Coming up to the United game, we're already in that boat. Because the reason why I say that is when we won the league last time, this is how it started, Adam, when midfielders and all that shit. We ended the fucking Chelsea game with 2 midfielders at the back. Do you know what I mean? And that was how it was in Klopp when we won the league.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed Konate and Gravenberch are fit. Because we do need them, lad, let's be honest. Big time.
Oh, yeah, hopefully they've brought them off like at the right time or caught the injury just before it got a bit bad.
Yeah.
Who do you think's more important there? I'd most probably say Gravenberch is most probably more important there. How poor Konate's been, and the fact you can put Joe Gomez in. I know we've all been worried about him getting injured as well, but if Konate is picked up a little bit of a knock, I think I'd just go. I think I'd play Gomez. I'd just go straight in and play Gomez. Me, I'm not actually risk him in case he gets a fucking big hamstring injury or something and he's out for weeks and weeks.
I think you are right there. No, sorry to just butt in, but I just think when Gravenberch comes out, you're shoehorning a midfield together, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't want to see Enzo there, to be honest. That's why. I think that's why. Because, like you say, Maka, I think Jones is McAllister's replacement, Szoboszlai's Vert's replacement, and unfortunately, Endo is Gravenberch's replacement.
Yeah. Slowed the fucking game even more down.
And it would fucking kill us, wouldn't it? It would kill us. Imagine Casemiro against Endo. That'll be like, what, over 50s? You know?
You're like 2 70-year-olds having a fight in a fucking boozer, lads.
Competition of who's slowest.
Yeah.
One big halo stick taking 10 minutes. Yeah, no.
That'll be horrible.
You know, shout out to everyone who's joining us. Smash a like, subscribe. Carl's just saying here, would quite like to see Ekatike on the left and Isak through the centre on Sunday. What we're doing is today, lad, just in case you've just joined, we're just going through the defensive side of it. But I do agree, that's what I'd be going anyway, lad. But we are doing a forward show tomorrow, I think. Mo,
yeah.
Do you agree with Adam? Gravenberch is the bigger problem.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think Gravenberch, he's the one player that you can't replace. As you just clearly mentioned, Endo is the replacement. And that is just such a drop-off. At least if Konate is injured, Gomez can come in. And it's not a huge drop-off. Like, Gomez is class on his day. He's an amazing centre-half on his day. With Gravenberch, honestly, it is concerning. It's worrying because you don't have a replacement for him. And especially with, like, McAllister not being in the best of form. God forbid we see Gravenberch get injured this season. But it was similar last season because last season we were all hoping and praying that Gravenberch didn't get injured because we were like, if Gravenberch gets injured, yeah, we're pretty much done. Like Endo has to come into the team, and like don't get me wrong, I think everyone loves Endo. Like, do you know what I mean? He's like one of them. Like you don't hate him, you don't love him, but like
he's best when he comes with you 3-0 up and there's 5 minutes to go, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Like and sing his little song and that. Like I just like him. His good show. Endo.
Like what you've just said there. I still have to bring it up. Why the fuck would we 1-1 and we brought him in at the game when we're going to win?
Yo, that's like your that's like Slot last season when he just mentioned Nottingham Forest in every press conference. Ben all season just gotta say that Enzo sub, lads.
That fucking sub in 10 years' time, that bastard subs.
yeah. We'll be old and grey and you'll be still talking about Enzo sub.
I know. That blew my head, honestly. Like,
I've got a question for you both. Mo, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just, if, for instance, right, I'm not going to say the centre-half partnership because Canate's not playing. We know it'd be Joe going in there. But if Gravenberch isn't fit, who would? Because I think we're still going to go with the number 10 this weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who'd be your two?
I still don't think Hendo comes in. I think it'll be Jones next to McAllister, even though he's played at 1 a.m. in Puerto Rico. It'll be McAllister next to Jones.
Look, it's Sunday, isn't it, this time though?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So there is a bit of a gap. Or there's also Szoboszlai. You can do Szoboszlai Jones.
Yeah.
I think there's different there's different ways you can play before you have to go to Endo starting a Premier League game. I think that's probably 4 or 5 formations or players combinations until he's actually in the first team. It's a long way down.
I think he learned the hard way, the manager, Mo.
Yeah, he did, and I don't think he's ever rated them though, to be honest. Even last season,
He never really played them, did he?
Never played them. He never really rated them. He's very similar to maybe he got more minutes than Chiesa last season. Definitely got more minutes than Chiesa last season because Chiesa barely even got minutes.
You probably got more fucking minutes.
I probably got more minutes than Chiesa last season. Nah, but I don't think he definitely doesn't rate them though. There's no way he rates them. So he'll find any possible solution before he plays him. So I'm not too concerned. Well, obviously I am concerned if Gravenberch is out, and I'm hoping and praying he's not. But if he's not, at least I'm not concerned that Endo's coming in. I'm thinking, okay, Szoboszlai or Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai. What is it going to be?
Yeah.
Adam, what would your two be? I think
if Gravenberch is injured.
Yeah. I feel like Curtis has got a big part to play on Sunday, mate.
Yeah. Well, for me, Jones has got to play on Sunday.
He's fresh, isn't he? He's fresh,
I think fresh. I think it's United. He's a scouser. He come on the derby and he fucking wants to know in the derby as well. He was great in the derby, I thought. So I just think he has to start. And I think I would most probably go for Szoboszlai, just because we've seen it plenty of times at McAllister coming back from internationals, and he's goosed after half an hour, 45 minutes. He looks goosed anyway. So I'd most probably go Jones and Szoboszlai,
Just in case Callum didn't name it, this was just if Gravenberch wasn't fit.
Yeah, big if anyway. Yeah,
big if. Yeah.
I think they'll be all right, Mo. Do you?
Yeah, no, I think. Well, I've been preaching this since last week. I think Jones has to play this game. There's so many variables, so many different reasons. If I don't see Jones on this start at 11 on Sunday, my Jones going to drop. He has to play this game. Alongside him, let's just hope and pray Gravenberch is fit and available and he's ready to play. And then it's Jones, Gravenberch for me. If it's not Gravenberch, then I agree with Adam. Szoboszlai comes in because McAllister, international break, etc. But Jones has to play. Scouser in the team against United. He'll get stuck into it, you know what I mean? And a little bit of grit that you need, someone who understands how big the game is.
Yeah.
And obviously there's going to be a lot of new lads that are going to be playing their first game against United as well. So to have another player in the team that's got that experience, that's from the city, it's a benefit, it's a positive, and you've got to play into your advantages in any football match, not just against United, but any football match. Those little small, tiny advantages, make the most of it. Yeah, small details.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think their midfield's fucking garbage as well, and I would tell you what, I do like the thought of. It'd be interesting to see Dom and Jones together, because we spoke about it, didn't we? I think one of our flaws this season is no fucking midfielder's been going to the centre half to get the ball, and that's the fucking stupidest thing. And I think where Macca's probably felt his knock is he's probably not gone for it. He's probably thought, I don't want to put them extra fucking yards in my legs, you know what I mean? Because he hasn't been. I know he's not fucking quick at all, but he's looked a lot off the pace, hasn't he, this fucking season?
And I also think it's the way that teams are setting up against us. I feel like they're letting Konate have the ball. You'll notice no team presses Konate on the ball, but then everyone else, apart from Van Dijk, maybe because obviously he's a centre half, you're not going to have someone standing on his feet, but someone's closer to Van Dijk than they are Konate. But as soon as Konate's got the ball, the team just sits back. They let him have it. And 9 out of 10 times, he's not going to find the right pass because he's not the best on the ball. Yeah. So I agree with you, Ben. Someone needs to attract those centre halves. And then, Curtis really, really good at it as well. One of the things he gets criticised for the most is keeping hold of the ball for too long. And we do need that right now. Someone who is not going to treat the ball like it's going to burn him alive or whatever. Just keep the ball for a little bit, pass it along, simple passes.
No, what you're saying here is what we've been fucking crying out for. Fucking the best player who does that is not been fit.
Yes.
That's McAllister. He slows the game down. Adam, you told me ages ago you compared him to Modric for fucking Real Madrid. And that's what he does for us. But he's just not been fit. And look, shout out to Danilo. He says, big up the panel, in my opinion. Curtis and Dom, if Gravenberg's not available. Mac 10, hold the bench, must game win. Well, yeah, this is it. This is the one. Adam, obviously I don't want to go into too much detail on United just yet. But this is a massive game, and this is the game, right? Curtis wants to be in that side. This is the game he fucking has to step up for. He needs a game where he drags Liverpool to wins, because he did it last year against Chelsea, because I remember being at the game. Yeah. He scored that goal right after they scored it. And I'm excited to see Curtis, because he'll just go and fucking put one on that Man United midfield, lad. And, I look at some of the others, and I don't know if they've got it. I know Maka does, but fucking everything seems to happen to Maka. He seems to get volleyed all over again. Nearly leg breaks and fucking all sorts. Yeah. Everyone's I want to move into. It's a topic where a lot of people will be fucking talking about now, and it's the Mark Gay thing, Adam, is where that signing would have come into fruition right now. It's definitely missed, because I don't think Liverpool, I'll be honest, Canate may have maybe a doubt, he may be fine, but I think Liverpool would have liked the option to go and play that game, Mark Gay.
Yeah. If when we've been talking about the centre halves having a lot of the ball, if this
he's
was
the one you want, Adam, isn't he?
Yeah, if this was a tactic this season that Slot has changed, maybe Mark Gay was in the plans, because Mark Gay's so good on the ball, isn't he?
That's
we've seen, haven't we? So if that, and then suddenly obviously Kanate's starting now. I'd like to know that anyway, but yeah, he's a massive miss actually now that we never got him. And at the time, I wasn't even thinking that, because I thought, you know what, Kanate had a great season last season, and he did. And I wasn't too fussed about it. But as the season's gone on, mate, we've really dropped one there, haven't we? We've fucking definitely dropped one there. We should have went earlier. Whatever. Everyone's argument is we should have went earlier, paid the dough. But yeah, it's really fucked us up, mate. Yeah, would like to have him in, 100%.
Do you know what, Mo? It's I thought fucking him coming in at the very last minute. You know what I mean? Would have just been fucking top of anything you could have thought with regards to transfer windows. Unfortunately, they kind of admitted recently. Paris said I pulled the plug.
Yeah,
he thought they'd do better.
Yeah.
I also think we fucked around a little bit long on the Mark Gay one. For me, he should have been one of the first ones in. But then again, they tried for Tion Oyston as well. Don't forget. Do you know what I mean?
He was a top target.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We forgot about that.
Another ball player again. Another ball player.
I think this is where he's going.
You're right. Adam's made a solid point there. The one that I didn't even consider. Yeah, that's a sick point.
We're doing more what City were doing.
Yeah.
Fucking remember when we've had arguments on the pods and stuff about Liverpool, Mo? Remember what I was saying? I said to the boys in our group, we keep putting the ball down and giving it to the centre half straight away. But then we used to give it to Trent. Now the centre halves are doing it.
Yeah, facts. I think Adam, that point's perfect. Maybe he was trying to bring in somebody who was a ball playing centre half. I just feel like we messed up with that guy he signing. Why did we leave it till the last day? If he was the one for us, he as Ben just said, he should have came first through the door, same time as Kirkes and Wirtz, the first 2-3 weeks they were sorted. Gay, he should have been another one. But it's probably clear that Crystal Palace were just very difficult to deal with, and maybe they just didn't want to sell, and then they pulled the plug last minute because they couldn't find the replacements first season in Europe. Maybe that's the case. So maybe give the Liverpool board a little benefit of the doubt there. But I was in the same camp as Adam. I thought when we do sign Gay, I thought he's not going to start instantly. I thought Kanate would start because he had a great season last season. And then I thought eventually Gay would bleed himself into the team. I didn't think it would be this quick. I thought maybe after Christmas or whatever. But I think after the first 3-4 games, I've been crying out for Gay to just be in this team. Genuinely, that's how bad Kanate's been. And if he was available right now, if he was in our team right now, I think he would have at least 5 full matches for us by now. Like,
he'd be starting week in,
he
week
would be
out.
starting, and he would be the first name on the team sheet, ball playing centre half. And one of my concerns that I had about him as well was, I'm not sure if he's too dominant in the air. But then when we played against him last week against Crystal Palace, I don't think he lost a single header in either box. Like both boxes, he was winning all the headers. So it just that put me to shame, or like maybe lack.
When you look at it, Mo, just want to interrupt. Because he's not. What is he? 6 foot mark, or something like that. You can see the future they're probably looking at is Leone,
Oh yeah, mate.
That's probably what they're
definitely.
Leone being the big dominant fucking centre half. You think about it, Van Dijk's the leader for going for the ball in the air.
He is, yeah, and then I can see that happening. To be honest, them two can be like the future. Leone's a loved one that's just so bad luck.
Yeah,
honestly, that is just the worst bad luck for him, for us, for everyone. Like, what are the chances? Because
on your first fucking game, Mo.
First game, last 10 minutes or something as well. It was like
first game in which he looked amazing as well. Like
I know.
He looked like a player that's been playing centre half for 10 years. Like just bossing everyone around. Like he looked like the senior centre back next to Gomez, which is a huge credit. And then he gets injured. It's just so peak. Like right now, he could have had a shout for a replacing Konate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
he could have. I would have loved to have seen him with Virgil. Imagine fucking Virgil learning him.
Yeah, lad, 2 giants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adam, big question here for you then.
I feel like I'm getting summoned. Go on. Adam, come in.
Right then, January or in the summer, do Liverpool sign Mark Gay?
Mark Gay.
Now you've gone fucking quiet, lads.
No, yeah. No. I'm gonna say the summer. I think he's gonna respect whatever the word is that the contract he had agreed for us, and I think we get him in. I think we get him in the summer on a free transfer. I don't think Parish will sell him in January. I think he's gone too far with it now. That he'll just be like, you know what, Palace could be 4th or 5th or anything in January. So Mark Gay could help them to get Champions League. You never know. So I don't see January, to be honest. I'm gonna say in the summer, and we'll be fighting him off other clubs. Put it that way.
Just want to say, Callum, I'll go into these names in a minute. Like I'm just finishing off the Mark Gay thing, all right? So I will come back to them. Mo, Gay, do we get him? That's the first and foremost question.
I think for me, a centre half needs to come in January. It just has to happen. We can't after January if we don't bring in a centre half and we only got 3. It's a huge, huge risk. We're taking a huge risk from now until January with 3 centre halves. So to continue that would just be crazy. It's very reminiscent of the season after we won the league under Klopp. The season after, we didn't sign a centre half. We ended up signing Ozan Kabak. Do you know what I mean? Like, doesn't really. Ben Davies, like that doesn't really count. Do you know what I mean? If it's not Gahey, then the other names that have been mentioned so far in the chat, Schlosserbeck, Upamecano, I don't know, just someone needs to come in, someone of that quality. But in my opinion, out of all of them, for me, Gahey's probably the best. And he's, I think I would love Gahey, but I agree with Adam. I think Crystal Palace are going to make that even more difficult for him to leave in January.
He said the king has arrived tonight here, centre back Simon. That's the segment we're getting into right now. I'll be honest, the little things that I've kind of heard through a few friends of mine, I think if you see Liverpool buy a centre half in January, they're not going to get Mark Gay. That's the feeling I get. If I was keeping an eye on the Mark Gay situation, that's Felix fucking Diaz. He's the closest one as well to Madrid. He's now fucking hyping up that Mark Gay thing. So, lads, let's be honest. Their strategy this fucking in the last few years, freebies.
Yeah.
So they've got a pick of a bunch at the minute, haven't they? You've got Konate coming up. You've got Mark Gay, Upamecano. I think we're going to get at least 2 of them, me. Personally, I think that.
It was Real. You think? Oh yeah, them we'll get to. Okay, I do. I think Konate.
They're going to get at least fucking 1, aren't they? We know that.
Konate's guaranteed. Like Konate's gone for sure.
Yeah.
I think with Mark Gay, it'd be very, very interesting to see what happens with January. If I was Liverpool, I wouldn't be fucking waiting for him. As in, I wouldn't be waiting till the summer and just pinning all my hopes on it. I think they've got to be trying to knock the door down because look, it could get worse.
But how do you sign someone when Paris says no?
Well, it's a
Like I
different.
say, they could be fourth. They could be fourth then.
Well, then we fucking need to beat them then, lads. So they're out of one competition then. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
No, I know, but Champions League is a massive thing for them. If they're like fourth or fifth, like he said he didn't sell him in the summer because he thought his team weren't a 14th to 11th side, like a mid-table side anymore. So he thought that he could keep him and he'd get Europe for them. If it gets to January and still third or fourth like Forest were last season, there's not a chance he's going to sell him.
No chance.
I agree, but Liverpool have got to look to try and see if they could get. When is it they can offer? When they can do a pre-agreement deal? Because they've got to get something lined up.
The summer, lads.
But that's only for like Upamecano. If it's a European team, isn't it? So if it's Upamecano, we can get him sorted in January. But if it's a Premier League player, someone who's from England, an English player, I think it is something like that. Yeah. We can't sign a contract with them. But with Gahey, I think definitely if Crystal Palace made it difficult for us to sign him in the summer, imagine how hard they're going to make it in January.
I don't know. I think if you see Liverpool buy a centre half in January, there's doubts about them getting them in the summer.
What about if they sign a centre midfielder instead?
What, in January? Yeah,
and not sign a centre half because they know Mark Gay's coming in the summer.
That's still a risk. I still wouldn't take that risk. I think centre mid, we've got a few.
In the way of, could they sign like an Endo replacement and Gravenberch goes centre half maybe if we have to, or a centre mid comes in?
I don't know how you could get Gravenberch to be playing centre half when you've told him he's not really a six at the minute.
I know, but we're saying this if Kanate gets injured. By the way, he's
not
definitely injured. Do you know what I mean?
No,
do you know what I mean? And Gomez isn't definitely injured yet. The point is it easier to sign maybe a centre midfielder? No, we do need because Endo's going to go in the summer.
I think the centre half has got to be purchased, and the reason why I say that is we're all fucking looking at Kanate. We've got to be careful with Virgil fucking playing every game.
Yeah. I know.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, what's Ant's saying, with a Kanate injury away from Reece Williams.
Fuck, I know.
Can't even finish the comment.
That's happening, lads. I'm telling you. Reece Williams is going to happen.
Fucking hell. Shut the laptop. We're going home. I like this though, Wharton or Anderson. That kid's good, that Anderson as well.
Oh yeah, Elliot Anderson. I think Wharton's so much better than him though.
Yeah. Didn't say we must get him in January or possibly lose him in the summer? He can make all the difference. Pay the money we need him regardless. Why wait? Best proven English defender. Just pay the money unless he, pre-sign. Stiller, centre mid. Adam, we've had that chat.
I was going to say that, Callum, mate. I was going to say Stiller then, but I just don't know if we get him in Jan. But
this is not what you want. Endo going at centre back. The
thing, if Gomez and Kanate get injured, I genuinely think it's going to be Gravenberch in that position. Gravenberch will be playing centre half.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I think after that it will probably be Robertson. Yeah. And then maybe it's Endo. I think Endo's the last possible solution for everything.
Yeah.
I hope as well.
Do you know what though? Out of all the solutions with Endo, I think he'd probably be better at centre half than in centre midfield.
Yeah. I like him centre half than he is centre mid. Yeah, I do.
He wouldn't have to do as much fucking running because fuck me.
Yeah, I think he's a headless chicken in the centre mid. He just runs around, just fucking kicking people.
Yeah, we need to be a bit more switched on. But this is what I want to go back to, Mo. Schlotterbeck is another link. It was supposed to be really highly rated at Liverpool. I'd like the sound of this one. What's your take?
I like the sound of this one too. I've seen him a couple of times in the Champions League playing for Dortmund. And each time I seen him, I was like, oh, okay, I'm pretty impressed. The first time I seen him, I wasn't that impressed because he looked too slim and skinny, but I think he's bulked up a little bit. He's left-footed. He can play left back as well. He's rapid as hell as well. The kid is so fast. I think
style, isn't he? And, Van der Ven.
Van der Ven kind of style. Like, he's really, really, really good. But if I had the choice between him and Gahey, I'm still maybe going to lean more towards Gahey. Maybe that's biased because I've seen more of Gahey than Schlotterbeck. But Schlotterbeck is definitely one that I wouldn't turn my nose to. Like, if we could get him in January, if it's impossible for us to get Gahey, and we can definitely get Schlotterbeck in January, and he can come straight into the team. I think Adam mentioned before that he's injured at the moment, so if he is available to play, then mate, I think that would be a brilliant signing. The only problem with him is that he is a left-sided centre-back, and that's Virgil's position. So I don't know whether he can play right-sided centre-back, being left-footed, being a player that's always played left-back or left centre-back. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
But the same argument can be made about Gahey as well, because he's always played on the left-hand side of a back three, and he plays left centre-back for England. So I don't know how that's going to work. But Gahey, I think he's right-footed.
You look at Gay, and I think he can just do anything at the back.
I think he's both-footed, yeah. I think he's both, to be honest. A bit like
this
Virgil, isn't he?
Yeah, this Schlotterbeck is strictly left-footed. He's very, very left-footed.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, very left-footed. And I don't
no
know.
Type, just all left-footed.
Yeah, he's very left. I don't know. Do you know when you've got two right-footed centre-backs, it's never a problem. But if you've got a left-footed centre-back playing at the right-hand side, it doesn't work. It's weird. Like, you will never see a left-back play a right-back, but you'll always see a right-back
wearing two left shoes, isn't it?
Yeah. I've always said that about left-footers.
But then at the same time, left-footers always seem like they play football better than right-footers, if that makes sense. They just look technically better. Yeah.
That's why you say a wonderful left foot. You never say wonderful right foot, do you? Never.
No. That's fucking true. Adam, what's your take on Schlotterbeck? And also, the link, because it's a freebie, is coming up, is Upamecano, a player that Liverpool looked at when they were buying Konate. But I think it was more data-driven Konate. Yeah. However, at the time, Upamecano was viewed as the better player.
Yeah.
Now, I know people think he's been shit, and you're probably looking at it, people are going, Bayern Munich, new deal, blah, blah, blah. Liverpool have a good way to getting players off Bayern Munich. Let's make no mistake about it. Thiago's Upamecano. Sorry, not Upamecano. Fucking Gravenberch.
Yeah.
Would you take Upamecano on a free for the squad?
Yeah, 100%. I would.
Because I know he may not be the greatest, but I don't think he's the worst either.
I think it's a bit overreactive. I think of saying he's shit. I think it's a bit because there's people who say like, "Oh, Joe Gomez is decent" and all that. But let's be honest, there's not going to be top clubs looking at Gomez than he is him. So that shows to me that he's a top player, though. That shows to me that he's still a top player. We were looking at him anyway, and we went with Konate because he was cheaper. And I don't know. I just think maybe it could be a little bit of a shout. It could be a cheeky one where we get someone on a free transfer, and everyone goes, "Oh, we are Liverpool back to doing what they do best."
I know. Do you know what? Like at first, I thought no, and I think I said it yesterday. But you know, when I think about it, Mo, I think you've got to take a little leaf out of fucking Madrid's book at times, haven't you? Let's make no mistake, right? I don't think he's the greatest, but I think he's a lot better than what's out there. Upamecano. The experience. What is he? 26 now, so he's not like a fucking. He's played the game a fair bit now. He knows what mistakes he's had, and he's probably tried to iron them out. As Amir said, he's proved a lot under company. Now, one thing's for sure, Mo. If he had 2 years or 3 years on his deal, he'd be worth a few quid, wouldn't he?
Oh, 100%. He would be worth a few. That's what I mean. Like, if he's on a free, I don't mind it at all. I really, really don't mind it. I think him and Konate, they're probably very similar centre-halves. The biggest problem with Upamecano is any time we've probably watched him in like a high-profile match, he's looked shocking. Yeah. Like, he looks really, really bad. But then he constantly plays for Bayern Munich. And if you're constantly playing for Bayern Munich, you must be a good player. You're always being selected for
all the games as well, Mo, by the way.
All the games for Bayern Munich, he's starting. And he's always picked by France to be the starting centre-back in front of Saliba and Konate. So clearly he must be a good centre-half. And if you can get someone of that value, someone that we've scouted for free, like how can you say no to that? Like there's no way. But if he's the only one, then I've got problems. I want us to get someone else. It needs to be like a Gahey and him. I want us to have real solid cover.
That would be a cracking pair. That Mark Gay and Upamecano. That would be Gay being the main one.
Yeah.
And let's just look and see what happens.
Because we also need to bear in mind next season's going to be Virgil van Dijk's last season on his contract.
Yeah.
So we also need to start thinking about the future. Virgil, although we love him and I wish he could play until he's 60, it's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? One day there's going to be a Liverpool-less Virgil van Dijk. So maybe start planning for that. If you can get someone like Upamecano for free, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. It is. At first, I put me fucking bias stats on, no, he's shit. But then when I sat down and thought about it, You know, he's got experience, plays all the time in the Champions League, whatever you're in the Bundesliga. He's now won stuff with him. The fact that other top teams are looking at him, and the fact we know his value would be quite high. Liverpool are probably riding for that adamant.
Yeah, I actually mentioned him a few months back, didn't I? And got slated in the WhatsApp group. Everyone's like, shut up, Adam. Yeah. And I was like, nah, he's free transfer, and like I say, he's got a good reputation, and he might. I don't know if Bayern have actually offered him a contract. I'd like to see that if they've offered him a contract and he's turned them down, maybe that's quite interesting. I don't mind Consummate. I think he's a good.
Do you know what the weird thing is as well though? Like I've just searched it up now. Why are there so many players with their contracts running out next summer? So I'm looking at a list here. There's Upamecano, Konate, Frankie De Jong, which is mad.
I think he's agreed a new deal to Young, hasn't he?
Has he? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if Barca let him go.
Oh, he's fucking amazing against Newcastle him as well, isn't
he is sensational. He is unbelievable.
Brilliant
There's Dusan Vlahovic as well from Juve, Bernardo Silva, Mark Gahey, Mike Magnon. There's so many players on the free next season. Yeah. Leon Goretzka's
like that.
Yeah. But isn't it interesting, like now, I think maybe players are like, they're going down that route of like, oh, let's just run down our contract, get a fat bonus at the end when we sign for the new team or sign on fee, whatever. I think we're going to see a lot more of that going forward, you know.
I think it opens do you know, when you think about it now, if you're a player, and a lot of, there's still top players there, but I think your options open up even way more when your contract's so low.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the fees at the minute, I'm not being funny, like, I'm speaking to Ross before, talking about, it looks like one time they're going to have to look at like capping some of these fees. I know we're talking about the Semenyo thing. We'll quickly mention it before we go, but 75 million, 80 million, 90 million in January. It's like, what the fuck is going on with football? Do you know what I mean? It's like, no wonder. I heard Gerrard talking to Rio, and, Gerrard obviously said, I'll come to your question as well in a minute, and I will come back to it. But Gerrard said, like, I couldn't do it, and also the way Real Madrid wanted me to do it. And I just thought, they're going to be doing it to fuck. I don't think Konate's going with me, Adam. Both of you, what do you think?
Well, I think he's 100% gone, mate. I think he's absolutely. I don't think there's any question about it. I think he's 100% gone. Yeah, I'm
1,000,000% sure he's gone. Like, if he's not gone, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked. Like, it has to be something like crazy, like something mad must happen for him to stay. Like, that's how sure I am that he's gone.
Yeah, they've just got to change the mind on him. That's all it is. I just think if they just say, yeah, you're not good enough. I think
even if they say that, lad, he'll end up signing somewhere else because it's a weird one, like
PSG.
I feel like Real Madrid can get so much better than him,
I do as well. To be honest, I think.
But he's fucking. He's probably. They're looking at him thinking, if he had extra years on his contract, he's a 60-70 million pound fucking centre.
But then, okay, let me ask you a question then. What if you're Real Madrid? Okay, let's say like you're Liverpool. Would you rather have Upamecano or Konate? Both on a free. Which one are you picking? Let's just act like Konate hasn't played for Liverpool, so you don't have that bias.
Yeah.
Let's just imagine he's never played. They're both in Germany, and you can pick one of the two. Both the same age. Which one are you going for?
I'd pick Konate, but if you're looking at the, with the fucking national side, they'd probably gone well. Upamecano's got the edge on him.
Yeah, you could. That's a good shout. Yeah, good shout.
You know what I mean? And they do. I know I'll say Konate. Callum's saying Konate, but I mean, fucking hell, on the basis of this season, Upamecano can't be doing worse than him.
I know. Well, they're unbeaten in 10, aren't they?
Yeah.
Unbeaten in 10.
So, they're very similar, is what I'm thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they are very similar. You're right. I think all the French centre halves are quite similar.
Yeah.
There's that other one, isn't he, from Leipzig? That Luke Haber or whatever his name is. Well.
Yeah.
Luke Haber. He's another one.
He's like a centre half right back. Yeah. Got quite a few.
They've done well all over the pitch, then. Honestly.
Question for you boys, then I'll come to you first, Adam. Shout for Ezri Konsa from Villa.
I don't think he's a bad player, mate. I think, well, put it this way: if we said Mark Gahey and then Ezri Konsa come in, I wouldn't be like against it. I wouldn't be against it. I think he's actually solid. I think he's just a solid Premier League centre half. If I'm going to say that.
What's your take, Mo? And also, I want to get your opinion on a name that has been doing the rounds as well. Collins from Brentford as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Collins is another good one, but like Collins, Ezri Konsa, if they're coming in as like a second centre half on top of one main centre half, whether that be Slotterbeck or Gahey, and then you're bringing in like a Konsa or what's it called, Konsa or Collins or I don't know, insert name here. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be any centre half. I'm all right with it, but as long as it's one main one. I'll even put up a Meccano in that same like little bracket of Collins and Ezri Konsa.
But I'd say Meccano's name the Collins and you fucking name the likes of Konsa and all that. I'd choose Meccano over them every day.
Yeah. But you know what?
I think you could get something big from Meccano if it clicks.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of Brentford games this season, and weirdly, the one play that stood out for me is Seth Vandenberg. He's looked really good for them, you know. It's mad. I'm not saying get him back. I'm not saying get him back. But it's mad when you think about it. Like we had him, and genuinely right now he'd probably be doing a decent job for us.
Yeah. So I like Van de Ven. I think he's very good.
I like Romero.
Romero as well. Yeah.
I think they're both.
Hasn't his fucking deal coming to a thing, or is he just
signed one? He signed one. But I like Van de Ven. I think he would have been great for us, but obviously not.
He's another one that's injury prone, though.
I don't know if he's a good defender, though, Adam Van de Ven.
You are?
I don't know if he's a good defender. He's quick. But I mean, in one-on-ones and shit, is he a one-on-one defender?
He's injury prone. He is injury prone at the minute. I'd like to see him under Frank and see if it was Postecoglou, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Posta fucking no clue him, lad.
He's awful. Yeah. I think Romero's a much better centre half than him, though. And Romero's more of the he's just a little bit too crazy. But I like that, like he's not like before I would say like rash and aggressive. I think there's a difference between that and being like just a nutcase, like a madman. I love a madman, do you know what I mean? Like I love someone who's got like a little spark in them. That's just ready to knock someone out at any given moment. Like give me a little bit of that. But yeah.
Yeah, Connor's a few people in the comments saying Schlotterbeck's the one. What you said, Mo. Left back and centre back. Connor said, I think he's absolutely woeful, truly awful. But I do think Meccano's second option to Guy considering the both for free makes sense. Do you know what? I've wrote off Meccano, but some of the other names don't also get me excited as well. That's part of the problem. And if I was going to choose one, I'd rather choose one who's got, a bundle of big experiences, international experiences, Champions League experience, because it does make a big fucking difference, I think. But yeah, last one before we go. Semenyo, January, Mo. Can you see that happen, or do you just think that's a shitty rumour?
Definitely a shitty rumour. Is it one that I wish happens? Absolutely. Like that's the kind of profile that we need in this team. Like that power, that pace, the driving ability, the just the dribbling ability, everything about him. He's class, but there's no way we're signing him in January. It's just not gonna happen. But I think I mentioned it on Anfield Index a couple of weeks ago as well. I said, like, he is such a Liverpool type of signing for me. Like, I feel like he's ready to take the next step up. Yeah. Similar to, like, Ekitike that we just signed. Like, he's ready to take that next step up. Similar to, like, when we signed Mane or Salah. Insert name, there's so many. Like, he's ready for that next step up. And I think whoever gets Semenyo, they're going to have a superstar for the next 3-4 years. Honestly, he's so good.
Adam, I've got a question that I'm going to bring up, but what's your take up on Semenyo? I don't think he's a £90 million player, though.
No chance.
But also, I know we'll go into tomorrow. How can we buy a left winger now when we've fucking got 2 number 9s that we need to fit in?
I know.
There you go.
I know.
Semenyo, not for you now, or?
No, sorry, lads. Yeah. No, I don't think it happens, mate. No, I don't think it happens. Just think it's a bit of paper talk.
I know Ali's saying release clause, but I don't really know. I don't see Liverpool buying him. And does he want to come to Liverpool after what happened at fucking Anfield, the first game?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't help. Doesn't help.
No, doesn't help at all. Right then, question before we wrap up. Mo, thoughts on Steven Gerrard tearing down Rangers? Where do you think he should be looking for? I'm
glad he turned down Rangers. I've got like a personal beef with Rangers. I don't like them at all.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a personal beef with them. But yeah, we're
get Get off your chest, man.
Maybe we'll talk about it next time.
From the beginning of the show.
Yeah, talk about it. Set up a street that says most beef of Rangers. Get all the Rangers fans into the chat. Do you know what I mean? But fucking, what was I going to say? Gerrard, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think I'm hoping that he gets like a proper team in it, like in England. Maybe Championship, maybe lower level Prem. I wouldn't mind seeing him back at Anfield, like in the academy or something, under 21s if he wants that. Wherever he goes, I'm just hoping and praying he gets a successful managerial career. Wherever he goes, like I love him to bits.
Yeah,
I thought he was nailed on for it, me, Adam.
I did. I thought that interview he did. I thought he was just basically putting himself out there. Yeah, I thought he was basically saying, "I'm going back to Rangers."
Not a good sign for Rangers, though. Something to do with he didn't believe what the fella was telling him.
Yeah. Supposedly that's why he left. Supposedly as well, that they weren't going to give him money and all that.
He thought this fella's chatting shit again.
Yeah, chatting a bit of wham. Yeah.
Who did they have? Was it the Southampton manager that they had?
Yeah, Russell Martin. He just comes across as like a slimy little. I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't like him. Just don't like him, mate.
Yeah, I don't. He has that look in it. He's one of those faces that you sort of punch.
Yeah, he's just proper.
And then his footy shit as well.
Proper. Yeah. I don't like him.
Where do you think he'll go?
Gerrard. Forest. No, I don't know. I think like Mo said, I think he needs like a top championship side who are actually competing at the top. Yeah. So maybe like a manager does well and gets a job or something like that, and he goes there.
Is he like proper looking though for a new job? Or
it sounded like he said that he wants to get his team together, like his coaching team, all right and all that this time. And he was saying, "Yeah, I'm ready for the new challenge," but he wants to compete for the titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I reckon one day he's destined for the Wrexham job.
Wouldn't surprise you, something like that. That's what I mean. Something like that, where like
that's a good shout now, to be honest. Like
Wrexham in the championship, not a bad shout.
They want to get in the fucking Premier League, don't they?
And
he needs inspiration.
Yeah, who better than Gerrard? He can attract some players to the club. Like imagine how many people there are and about our age that are really good Premier League players that just want to play Gerrard. Oh, mate. Everything about and they're American owners as well, isn't it? So they're going to be thinking about that revenue and all sorts. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's a really good shout.
Yeah, fair. Fucking Ben said it.
Ben might be Gerrard's agent.
Yeah, but I want to go. We'll wrap it up anyway. Mo, as always,
nice one, lads.
Give a shout out to your channel for people that don't know.
Yeah, of course. So we've got a podcast there called Cuts Inside. On YouTube, it's called Made in Top Stuff. On Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, you can find us on Cuts Inside. It's just the lads, we talk about football. Everyone supports different teams. So I'm a Liverpool fan. There's a Chelsea fan on there, Arsenal fan. And weirdly enough, and then we're just there.
What days are they on? Mo?
So we record on the Sunday and then we post it on the channel on the Monday. So we didn't do none this week because of the international break. But a new video will be posted this Monday. Obviously, the main game is going to be Liverpool United. So we're going to try and get 2 United fans on and 2 Liverpool fans. And it's always...
tear up in the studio.
It's always carnage, chaos. It just, everything just always goes on a tangent, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be talking about the footy and the next thing, you're just talking about sort of random. So it's loads of fun. So yeah, if you could check it out, like, subscribe.
When it's ready, I'll post the link as well.
Yeah, definitely. And make sure you like and subscribe to Red or Alive as well. Ben's channel, Adam's channel. Lad. These lads are smashing it. Onwards and upwards. Nice one, lads, for having me on.
I appreciate it, Adam, as always. We'll be back tomorrow, I think. We're going to go through the striker stuff. But as always, look, if you haven't already, smash the like and subscribe. Big game on the weekend, and fucking hell, the Reds have got to do something. So up the fucking Reds.